Okay, so, hey guys, my name is Kat. I'm sure if you're watching this, you might know me, but if you don't, my name is Kat. I don't know if this is gonna be like my first video or not, but this is definitely something I wanted to do. And as you can tell from the title of this video, it's gonna be my coming out story. Please excuse my cat. Anyways, so yeah, I thought that since it's Pride Month that this would be the perfect time to like come out with this story, or just share my story and my experience with coming out. Yeah, I just thought I do this because when I was coming out and trying to figure out who I was on YouTube looking up coming out videos and coming out to my mom and dad and stuff, and it's just helpful to hear other people's stories, so that way you know that you have somebody that you can talk to and can support you, and yeah, so I don't want this to be like a really long video, so I have like a bunch of like bullet points that I want to get to, so yeah, so I'll be talking about that right now. Okay, so let's see, where do I even start? Okay, I've just known since I was very young that I was gay, or like if I was attracted to girls, and that was always very confusing for me. So I still liked guys, but only because, and talked to guys only because like my friends would talk about boys all the time and not really about girls. So I thought, that it was just me and how I was until, the internet, and I learned about what being gay is and what a lesbian is and all this stuff like that. So yeah, well, then I went to Holy Cross High School. I'm also not going to be naming names of like, I'm just going to say he, she, whatever, so I don't have to like call out anybody. Trust me, I would. But I'm over it, it's in the past, and it was for the better. But yeah, so I'm not going to be like saying like, oh, it was her, she did it. I'm just going to be saying he, she, whatever. I'll maybe even come up with nicknames for them, code names, whatever. Anyways, so I went to Holy Cross High School, and I've been there since I was there since the 6th grade, and yeah, like I said, all through middle school and high school, I dated guys, I talked to guys, just because I felt like that's what I needed to do because of my friend group, that nothing on them, but that was just me and how I took it. That's why I was gonna talk to guys. Yeah, so I had boyfriends and stuff, relationships, but they just weren't, I wasn't happy, physically too, TMI, but physically either. I was just not happy. So yeah, so here comes my freshman year, and still dating guys, still very confused on what I want and who I like. And my friend, once we were like I think her junior year, my best friend, her name is Lauren. She'll be in these videos. I'm just gonna say her name. But my friend Lauren went on a retreat. I'm pretty sure her junior year. I don't remember. It was somewhere on there. And I was, I went to a Catholic school, so I was raised Catholic. I was, I went to Christian church sometimes with my uncle, and yeah, so I was just kind of figuring out what I liked, as in like worship, or like what I grew up in at Holy Cross was masses and like the old-fashioned traditional Catholic church. So yeah, but she went to a retreat, and she told me all about it, and I was like, oh my god, that sounds so great, like I want to go. So my senior year, or the summer going into my senior year, I went to a a retreat. Mind you, I went to this retreat because of a girl that I was talking to. Don't do that. But yeah, but I mean, I did want to go on the retreat because I wanted to experience it. But it was because of a girl. Just gonna throw that out there. Yeah, my best friend Lauren, she went on the retreat with me, which really helped me out because I was going through it. Yeah, so I was going through some family stuff, but also trying to figure out who I was and actually being comfortable with who I was. So yeah, I heard everybody's testimonies, and that retreat is where I met my wife. But yeah, so I heard other people's stories about coming out and how I've heard some crazy stories, which made me very scared to come out. But at that retreat, I realized that I wanted to finally come out to my friends, and to my family on my own terms. Everybody wants that. So I talked to a counselor there at the retreat, or she was like a spiritual director, and I let it all out. I was with her for a good maybe 2 hours. She messed me up, but it was for the best. Like, it was good. I needed it. And that's when I was introduced to Nikki, and she really helped me. Like, after the retreat, it really helped me. She was there. She was that person that I could talk to when I was like, I'm scared about talking to my parents or coming out. She just really helped me a lot, like, with the process of like finally wanting to come out to everybody. After the retreat was over, I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna do it. Maybe not tomorrow, but I'm gonna do it very, very soon. Well, I didn't do it very soon. It took me a while after the retreat to finally tell my friends. And my best friend Lauren, she always tells me, like, I was the last one to find out. Yes, she was the last one to find out, only because I was like really, like, she's my best friend. I was very scared to lose her, and just didn't want her to think of me any different, or her family, all my friends' family that I spent so much time with. I was captain of the cheer team at the time, my senior year. So yeah, it was hard. I'm gonna try not to cry. But yeah, it was hard. But when I finally told them, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulder. It was the best feeling ever for my friends to find out from me. So yeah, so I told my friends, and I still hadn't told my parents about it. I'm already in school. Like, that was the summer, so I'm in school now, my senior year, and I was very heavily involved in cheer, so I was very busy, but I never, like, in my head was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna tell my parents. Well, then I honestly don't remember when all this happened. I think it was towards the end of the school year, which was a really long time since I had already told my friends and not my parents. And let's just say there was some drama going on within the cheer team. Parents, all that stuff. Well, I had been hanging out with my church group, and they were all in the LGBT, plus Q, plus, they were all gay. Let me just put it out there. And I felt like hanging out with them helped like let me be myself. Not that I couldn't be myself for all my friends, but just that I had this other support group who were just like me that I could talk to about stuff. Was awesome. But we went to church. It wasn't like we were out being stupid. No, we were going to church. We were going to like church meetings and stuff for like the young adults program that we were in. And yeah, so of course I take pictures with them. I take pictures with my friends. Like, it was no big deal. Well, I posted a picture of me and my friends, and we were like all holding hands during church. It was like an emotional day. Anyways, so one of the cheer moms was snooping through my stuff. she had a problem with me because of her daughter, and it's a whole thing. Anyways, so yeah, the cheer mom was snooping through my stuff and my Twitter, and she like made a fake Twitter account to come like look at our stuff. And she saw my pictures and my tweets and stuff, and took it upon herself to let all of the cheer moms know that I was gay. And she did. She told all the cheer moms, oh, watch out with Kat, like she's gay, and just be careful with your daughters, blah blah. And I found out about this through another really good friend of mine who she and her mom knew about me being gay. The mom found out and told my friend, and my friend told me, and it was like during school, and I was so pissed. I found out about it, and I was in a class, I think I was in campus ministry, and the campus ministry teacher was like we were really close, and we could talk about stuff. Well, I just stormed out of the classroom, and I was crying. I was pissed. I wanted to like fight her, because I was like, dude, your mom is like spreading my business that she had no right to. Anyways, so I talked to my teacher, and he was obviously upset for me, and I just knew that I needed to come out to my parents like the next day, because if anybody knows Holy Cross, it's a very small school, so everybody talks to everybody. Everybody knows who I am. Everybody knows my parents, my mom, the cheer moms. So I was freaking out. So I called my coach. I told her what happened. I told her about the cheer mom. I told her about the girl, and them talking about my business. And I told her, and she didn't know either. So it was kind of like I hope she's finding out just right now. So that was another person I had to tell. And she was okay with it. She was fine with it. It wasn't a big deal. My whole thing was that I didn't want the cheer girls who looked up to me as their captain to think of me in any other way than just me, Kat. Not, oh, Kat, the gay girl, or oh, she like, no. It was just Kat. I didn't want to be looked at differently for who I was. So she offered to come with me to my house the next day and like properly come out to my parents. And I said yes. I was like, okay, yeah, like that, I'm gonna do it. So mind you, the whole day I'm like upset. My friends are upset, and I'm trying to keep my cool, because like I said, I go to school with this girl, I see her mom, and whatever. So this is where it gets interesting. Okay, it's not interesting. It already got interesting. But so now I go home that day, and I'm already nervous because I don't know if my mom or dad knows yet. So I go to my room, and I'm in there doing my homework, and my mom comes in my room, and she's like, hey, can we talk? And I already knew. I was like, fuck, she knows. So she comes in my room, and she asks me to talk, and she basically tells me that my friend's mom called her and told her, what had happened and stuff. Which I don't blame my friend's mom at all, because it's a hard situation to be in. But I mean, I'm not mad at. I don't blame her. I blame the other mom who went snooping through my stuff. But yeah, so my mom asked me if I was gay, if she heard people were saying I was gay, and then I just straight up told her yes. And of course, my mom was very confused because I had dated guys before, and so she was like, is this just a phase? Like, do you not know what you want? And I was like, no, it's not a phase. At the time, I came out as bisexual because I didn't want her to, I just was trying to ease into it. Later on, I told her, like, no, mom, like, I'm gay. So yeah, so then after I told her, we talked, she cried, only because, like, I didn't tell her, and I cried because I wasn't the one to tell her. I wanted to be the one to tell her and talk to my parents about it, but I didn't get to do that. So then my dad, or she told me, like, you need to tell your dad. And if anybody has ever met my parents are like the nicest people ever. They literally treat all my friends like they're their daughters. But and everybody always told me, like, you're so dumb, like, your parents are the nicest people ever, like, they're never gonna kick you out or anything. But that was just like my fear, that my parents would like hate me, and especially because me and my dad are so close, and I didn't want anything to change. So my dad came in and I told him, and he just told me, like, I love you no matter what. Oh my god, I'm not gonna cry. No matter who I like, my dad will always love me for me, and that he was never gonna look at me differently. Oh my god, I said I wasn't gonna cry. Sorry. But yeah, so that was like the best like answer anybody can get, you know, for anybody who's scared to tell their parents. Like, that's awesome. It was another weight lifted off my shoulders. Sorry, didn't want to cry. Anyways, so yeah, my parents were okay with it, and they loved me. Of course, my mom was a little like, I don't know, like, she was a little confused, but I don't blame her. I just wish I could have done it on my own and explained on my own instead of other people having to speak for me. But yeah, so my parents were okay with it. They supported me, but of course my dad was upset at, you know, my dad already did not like the cheer mom that ratted me or outed me. So he was very upset at the fact that it was her who did all this and started all this drama. And, you know, after that, my parents wanted to talk to the principal to let them know about the cheer mom and just all this stuff. And so we talked to the principal, and yeah, it was like a whole thing. The mom really didn't get in any trouble, but I mean, it wasn't about that. It was just about that, why she had to be in my business and had to act like, oh, I'm gonna be the one to tell these moms. And I wouldn't have even been mad if she would have said it in a different way to the parents, because she came it across like if I was like, you know, this predator that was gonna be like looking at all the girls on the cheer team, and like, but yeah. So after that, I felt way better. Like I said, of course it was a little rocky with my mom first, because she had lots of questions that I didn't know how to answer for her. But yeah, so then I even went on a retreat. It was like my senior retreat, and one of the teachers asked me to like give a talk to my class about unconditional love, and they basically asked if I can tell like my story about, you know, what happened and how my parents reacted and how, you know, they showed unconditional love. So yeah, that was very on the spot. I was not prepared for that at all. But it was cool that I got to, you know, share my story, because everybody knew, you know, like I said, my school is very small. The class that the group we had was also very small. So like I said, everybody knew about me and what was going on with me, but they just kind of assumed. So this was like my chance to tell everybody that I had been going to school with for years and I knew for years just about me, and that I'm still me. And then also talk about my parents and how they love me unconditionally and stuff like that. So the rest of the year was fine. That's my story. So in the end, just do what is best for you guys. Just, you're not alone through all of this. It seems like, if it seems like this is like the darkest time of your life, it's not gonna be like that always. You know, when I was going out through all this, I was in a dark place, and I didn't think anything was gonna get better, but it does. I'm here to tell you that it gets better. You know, you choose how you want your future to be, and if that means not having people in your life who are negative and judge you for being who you are, then maybe it's for the better. And it's always okay to cut out those kind of people out of your life. It's harder when it's family, because family, and it's just hard when it has to deal with like family and stuff. But again, if it's gonna better your life and make you more like wanting to be yourself, then it has to be done. It doesn't always have to be like that, but for some people it's what's best. But it's not always gonna it doesn't always have to be like that, you know. People come around. But yeah, but I'm thankful for my family and my friends who were accepting and loving, and I'm so grateful for that. And I wish that for everybody who's like wanting to come out, or who are scared to come out, like I wish that on anybody, that you can have that acceptance, because if someone really loves you, then they're gonna love you for you no matter what. But yeah, so if you guys are struggling with coming out, just know that you have a community that's here for you with open arms, and it's ready to accept you. So yeah, I hope this video is like not too long. I'm gonna edit it and hopefully make it shorter. But you know, like Ellen says, be kind to one another, and definitely be kind to one another, especially during this time that we're in right now, with everything that's going on in the world. Just be careful out there with all the protesting and stuff and the COVID. So yeah, definitely stay safe. But yeah, so thank you for watching my video. I know it might have been a little long, but yeah, thank you for watching, and I hopefully want to be, I want to be making more videos very soon. So yeah, thanks for watching.